Good day and greetings from the Great White North. My name is Prickly Poo, and welcome to day 320 of a year of change. I want to talk about something today that, well, it's been a while since we've really been on schedule with, Wednesdays or snack days and Tuesdays are YouTube and Thursdays are sciencey things. But this is actually a news story that I saw yesterday. And it's going to sound a little weird because it's going to sort of sound like we're going against a lot of stuff that I said before throughout this entire... Anyway, we're going to jump right in. Basically, the YMCA is starting up with Alliance Health. They're doing this new program. They've had one going for quite a while in Moose Jaw, which is the name of an actual town. But they're sort of spreading out now, and as of yesterday, they're starting the same initiative called Healthy Weights Initiative in Regina. For those of you that don't know, Regina is the capital of Saskatchewan, which is a province in Canada, which is above the U.S., which is in North America, which is on Earth. Just so you know exactly where we're talking about. So basically what this is, from what I can gather, it's pretty much what we've been doing. They start out with a 12-week program for people, and it's same thing with the Y. They have the exercise equipment there, so you go in, you meet with someone for 5 times a week. You have, your exercise sort of mapped out for you, and there's a dietitian that you can go and talk to. You get, there's a whole ton of stuff that you actually get with it. You meet with a registered dietitian, an actual dietitian, not a nutritionist, which makes me so much happier than hearing someone saying, oh, you're going to meet with a nutritionist. Great. So Phil from down the hall. Sorry, Phil, you're not a dietitian. Anyway. So you get to meet with a dietitian. You have a very basic exercise regimen set out for you. Here's the main thing. There's cognitive behavioral therapy that goes along with that. So you go into, one-on-one sessions and group sessions, whatever they have. And for 12 weeks, they pretty much have things mapped out for you. 5 times a week, you go in, you do all this stuff. Then there's an additional 12 weeks on top of that where it sort of drops down to once a week. And you still meet with a dietitian. You still go to therapy. You still have your exercise program mapped out, all this stuff. There's a whole slew of things that go along with it. Now, the reason why this is so important, I guess, for lack of a better term, and the reason why this sort of caught my eye is that it's free. Now, normally with any gym, you're joining up with them, you're going to have to go pay for that. You get a personal trainer, you got to pay for that. You have a dietitian, you got to pay for that. And just, especially going and meeting up with someone 5 times a week just simply doesn't happen. But what they're trying to do is that they're getting together with Alliance Health, which is, I presume, is the provincial health. In New Brunswick, it's Horizon Health that really sort of handles all the stuff in my section of the Maritimes. But Alliance Health is really sort of the provincial branch of Medicare, which is our national healthcare system, which is awesome. You should get it. Yeah, we have wait times, but so what? It's pretty much free. So basically all they're asking is that people that are clinically obese can join this program for free for the entire 24 weeks. It's free. Doesn't cost you a thing. And they started this initiative in Moose Jaw. And what they found is that for the first 12 weeks, actually, for the people that signed up, 95% of the people that signed up just started going through and finding results and everything else. Like the people that first start up, 95% stick with it. 80% completed the program. That is a huge amount of people. That's because, again, it's the same thing that when we first started. How many diets have we tried? How many programs have we tried? How many gyms have we joined? How many times have we said, you know what, this is the year that I want to start doing this, and we get involved with something and we're all gung-ho and we just sort of fall by the wayside. Having an 80%, not even, ignore the success rate of it, an 80%, rate of, what do you call it, people sticking with something that long is amazing. But it's the amount of support that they give people for this is astounding. You can have someone sign up with you so that you have someone that you work with. You account for absolutely everything. You're going in, 5 times a week. And yes, it's a time investment, but so is this. So is everything that we're doing. You go in and you meet with people and you say, okay, well, here's what I'm eating and here's how I'm exercising. And they, adapt it for each person. And the only thing that you need is a referral from your doctor. And all the doctor basically has to say is, yes, they're clinically obese. Here you go. And it's completely free. Now, for those 24 weeks, they had an 80% success rate. I'm going to say success rate because the people that are sticking with it, which is insanely good. And what they found is that on average, during the first 12 weeks, people lost around 30 to 31 pounds of fat. So the exercise that they're getting people to do obviously is going to be something that they're going to be able to do. They aren't going to get people that are, starting out at 325 pounds. They're not going to say start with a 5K. They're going to do things properly. They have, medical experts, or what do you call them? I was going to go doctors. Not exactly doctors, but this isn't just someone starting sort of a corner gym in their home because they're in shape already and they want to start up a gym. This is sort of a joint venture between the YMCA. So thank you to the YMCA and Alliance Health. And the main reason why I just sort of wanted to bring this up, and I know that if you're in Regina, then go sign up for this. Go to your doctor, say, I need something that's going to get me into this program and get me started on this. Even if you're not sticking with it, just the sheer amount of support that you'll have during this is incredible. And it's something that I really, really, really hope takes off because they had incredible success in Moose Jaw when they first started this. So this is sort of them branching off into this second city to find out, okay, well, we had a good success rate here. I can't exactly remember what it is. It was very, very good though. But, 80% of people sticking with it right to the very end. You're losing, even if it's just counting the first 12 weeks, 30 pounds. And then after that, obviously, if they're sticking with it, they're either going to maintain or they're going to keep losing. But their focus isn't just on, all right, need to exercise and start eating rice cakes. The main focus of what they're trying to do is where the therapy comes in. It's the same thing that we've been doing for the past 10 months. They say that they want people to change their lifestyle. They need to change how they react to food and how they view food and all the emotional baggage that comes in with that. Because they understand it's not just as simple as saying to someone, you know what? No, you need to put the fork down. It goes much, much deeper than that. And having that as just sort of a baseline, just part of that's all over the place here. I'm going to say an aspect of it. But to have that as an integral part of a weight loss program, and obviously having a huge success rate like that, then yes, that's what we need. And we'll say it's free, but it's going to be subsidized, but it's going to be paid for by the government basically because they still have staffing that they need to worry about. The people are still using the equipment. It's still, it's the YMCA. There's still a membership-based thing. There's still a business or an association. But so I would imagine that anyone that is signed up, because it's a referral from a doctor, then Medicare pays for it completely. And this is something that I really, really hope takes off and starts spreading. So if they could have something that in every province, that the YMCA was just, this is where you go. I don't care if the equipment is 20 years old. I don't care how shitty the locker rooms are. There's a brand new one by my house, actually, that was built this summer, which I should probably go to if I'm going to go to do anything. But, part of the reason why people don't go to the gym, well, there's a number of reasons why people don't go to the gym. Number one, the cost is there. You can't just simply say, okay, I'm going to go join a gym. You're paying, fees and shower fees and towel fees and shower towel fees. I don't know what fees you actually pay, but there are quite a few of them. It's expensive to join a gym. You have your monthly membership, and then there's all the little perks and the amenities, as they say. There's the travel time and everything else, but that you're going to do that anyway. But just everything that's associated with that, like cost-wise, there's also the paranoia, which we've dealt with before. We've talked about it a number of times. I've experienced it. Going to a gym and having someone literally stare at you and laugh at you, which they said that they weren't. But, anyway, the story's in the past somewhere. So one of these videos has it. So just going there, being that self-conscious and going, I don't want to, like, everyone's in shape here. I'm the only fucking fat person here. Everyone's staring at me while I'm trying to do my exercise. I don't know what I'm doing. It's discouraging. But if you're in there with, 40 or 50 other people that are doing the exact same thing, they're in the same program as you, they know what you're going through. They're tracking their food. They're tracking their exercise. They're going to visit the same dietitian you are. that you have some common ground there, that you can go one-on-one with someone and say, this has been shitty because of this, and they'll be able to understand you're not alone in it. That is a huge thing to have when you're joining in with any program. I mean, that's the basis of what we've been trying to do here, is just trying to build a good community where you can go back and forth and say, I had a really shitty weekend. I ate 5 pizzas and I really shouldn't have, and now I feel bad and feel guilty. And being able to say, yeah, it was a stupid thing to do. It was shitty, but, keep going. We're just going to keep going. It will get better. Those become fewer and fewer, and you eat less and less, and then, get control of the binges and everything else. So I think having that therapy aspect of it is extremely important as well. But there are so many parts to this that someone really has sort of gone through and said, obviously what we're doing is not working. And number one, getting just a doctor's referral to say that you're clinically obese is not hard if we are clinically obese. I would still fall into that. I would still fall into that category for a very, very long time. I'm going to be falling into that category. That I could just say, I need something different. I need something else, because this, how is this going to be different than the 500 other things that I've tried? Well, just like we were talking about earlier on in the week, they can look and say, here are results from the first batch of people that stuck with it. And yeah, even if you have a 20% attrition rate, you still have 80% of people that have stuck with this program. It has helped that many people. And that is a huge, huge leap over, Atkins or keto or any of the other shitty diets that are out there that you lose the weight temporarily and then you gain it all back. And they have spoken with people that have taken part in the program, and they say that this is something that they can stick with because it's reasonable, it's realistic, and it's not just focusing on you're eating the wrong foods and you're not exercising enough. It actually addresses the underlying issues that sort of surround us with this stuff. So that our, the lifestyle changes, our outlook changes in general. In fact, the people that were clinically depressed, people that were actually diagnosed with depression, that I can't remember the number is on that, 10 or 20% or something, that got, there was a huge drop in that as well. That improved. And we know how devastating that can be. It kind of goes hand in hand with a lot of, the reasons why we overeat or eat incorrectly, whatever the issue is, that depression is a part of that. And they address that as well. And now that they're sort of starting this program in a second city, and they're looking for people that, it looks great. It looks like it's something that if more places would start doing this, I think we would see a huge decrease in the amount of obesity that's out there, not just for adults, but for kids as well. If you opened it up to, I don't know if there is an age restriction, but I'm assuming right now it's just for adults. They've got a huge success rate, and it seems like it's something that we've talked about it before, that, why has no one done this before? But it's so nice to be able to look at it and say, you know what? We did it. We did a pilot program, and it worked. We can prove that it worked. We want to start it in another city. And that's what they're starting to do now. And if it's going to work in one city, it's going to work in 2. And then they'll split out, and it's going to work into more cities. And then hopefully it'll spread to other provinces and down to the states. And I really think that if it's something that the government can look at and say, all right, we know that this program works across the board. Even if Moose Jaw was a fluke, and you cut that in half again and say, you know what, we have a 40% success rate by doing this. We are taking 40% of the people that join in, that stick with it all the way. They're losing an average of 30, or even cut that in half, 15 pounds of fat. That's still a tremendous success. That is something that is going to help with the healthcare system in general. It's going to stop the drain on Medicare. And if they ever add in the sugar tax as well, which I'm a big supporter of, that can help with it as well. But to be able to go to someone and say, you know what, this is something that I will have my own team of people working with me, doctors and therapists and dietitians and fitness experts and everything else that are willing to work with me. It won't cost me anything other than me going to my doctor and saying, this is a program that's out there. I need a letter from you saying, yes, they are clinically obese. And that's it. And as long as there's room in it, obviously, as well. So I'm really hoping that this is something that's going to start spreading and go from province to province. And say all the jokes that you want, but at this stage, I can't say enough good things about the YMCA and with Alliance Health as well, that they were the ones that decided, you know what, we're going to try to do this. Even if YMCA is getting all their money back through Medicare, it's a huge investment in time. And I think it's something that really, if it takes off, could finally make a significant dent in just the huge number of us that are still obese, that, have nowhere to go, that aside from just doing things sort of one-on-one or maybe having a couple of friends here and there, that we have something that we can go to and that will be supportive and will help us do what we need to do to lose the weight. And even in like regular groups where you're getting together and like Overeaters Anonymous and going to meetings for that, or Weight Watchers, or any of the other stuff. And I don't want to keep coming back to the money portion of it, but there is a significant money portion to it. The fact that this is free, that all you have to do is to go to your doctor and then say, no, my investment in this is going to be my time. I need to go 5 days a week and say, okay, well, here's your meeting with this person. Here's what they're going to get you to do. You track everything. You're accountable the same way that we've been doing, or the same thing that we've been doing for the past 10 months. Something like this is just, it's long overdue, and I'm very, very glad that it's out there. So I'm really hoping that this is very successful, because if it is, then it's going to start spreading to other places, and they're going to start introducing it in other cities. And I think in general, just that huge improvement across the country. I was going to say it would be an improvement, but of course it would be. I think if they have that success rate across the country, they would be stupid not to keep it going. And to have the government say, you know what, we're still saving money because we aren't putting people into the hospital. They aren't coming in for, obesity-related problems, health problems. We're addressing a lot of the sort of the secondary issues that people don't think about when they think of, when they think of us, when they see us. They don't see, oh, well, you're obviously depressed, or you're sad, or you have emotional issues, or there's, other underlying things. They see, okay, well, you just need to stop eating and start exercising. So all those other problems that are, under that, whether it's emotional or psychological or even other physical issues that go along sort of hand in hand with that, everything from sleep apnea to, just joint pain and breathing difficulty and all the other things, the amount of things that's going to help improve with, and it's a long haul. It's 6 months worth, but just having that, and if they can make it so that people can go back into it, that they can continue on with it and say, I need another referral. I still would have been, still am. I would have been able to do another 6 month stint, because it's a slow, 12 weeks, losing 30 pounds in 12 weeks is still pretty quick. All right. That's an average, of course. But even when you think about that, that's still between 2 and 3 pounds a week. That's still really good. We've had weeks where we've done that. So it's not, lose 20 pounds in 20 days. I think they're really doing this right. Obviously I haven't gone into it and looked at all the little nitty gritty details or anything else. But the stuff that I did find, it's something that I think has been sorely needed for a very, very long time. And I can't praise it enough right now. So if you are, by any chance, if you're in Regina or Moose Jaw, go sign up. Go to your doctor, or if you're within driving distance, go to your doctor. Sign up for this stuff. I'm going to put a couple of links down below with a couple of news stories that you can go and find out a little bit more about it. Even if you're not from there, just to be able to go and take a look at it to see how it's set up and the format and what they look at doing over the 24 months, 24-week period. And it seems like it's someone, whoever devised this, finally went, we need to do something. Obviously, all this other bullshit is not working with all the supplements and, the videos and, join a gym, this will be your year, and, pump it up, and all the other fake positivism and everything else. We need to do something practical, something that's actually going to make a difference. And it looks like they've done it. So anyway, I'm just going to keep battling on and on and on. I really hope it's not like something in there that someone's going to go, oh, you didn't see this part. I know it costs $10,000, but I don't think it does. Everywhere that I've looked, it's, the doctor's referral is all that it is. And we don't pay for our doctors anyway. So yay. So it's going to cost us nothing. So I really hope it's something that would, get moved province to province and down into the states and sort of spread everywhere. If this could be something that, everyone would look at and say, well, this makes sense, where, this is actually, there's a very high success rate with it, even if it's not 80% across the board, but it's just, that's an incredibly high number for any success rate for anything. So I hope it's something that takes off, and I hope it's something that continues on. And I kind of wish it was something that was here, because I would join in. I say, even if it's just to sort of sit in and see how things are going and improve on what I've been doing for the past 10 months, and have something that I can sort of stick with, and bring friends into it and say, this is what I want to do and all the other stuff. But anyway, I was gushing. So I'm going to leave this video here. I will put some description, I do this every time, some links in the description below. I always say it backwards. So I'll put some links down there. You can go in, you can take a look. There's a quick little video there. There's a couple of news stories that you can read up on, just so you get an idea for it. And, at the very least, if for no other reason, it's something that we can look at and go, someday that would be nice if it was just sort of everywhere. A nice little feel-good ending to our fairy tale, which would be nice. But for right now, I'm going to leave this video here. So thank you very much for watching. If you liked it, please vote the like button for me. And in the meantime, keep yourself warm and fuzzy, and I will see you in the next video.